Good evening and welcome to the UCF Faculty Forum for the College of Business. We're excited that you've chosen to join us. So I'll begin by sharing information on how to access the content afterwards and an introduction of our forum facilitator. First, I want to remind all participants that the session is being recorded. The session recording will be available afterwards on the First Year Experience website. Thanks again for joining us. Now to introduce our faculty facilitator. Dr. Daryl Johnson is the Assistant Dean of Undergraduate Programs at the College of Business and Executive Director of the Office of Graduate Programs for the College of Business at UCF Downtown. Dr. Johnson has more than 25 years of experience in university administration and executive education and has been with UCF since 2016. Under his leadership, the Office of Professional Development has grown in staff and reach to better engage our students towards academic and career success. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Dr. Daryl Johnson.
Thank you, Nina. I appreciate that. Outstanding job there of introducing me. Thank you so much. So I'd like to take the opportunity to, first of all, welcome each of you who've chosen to be with us this afternoon. We're immensely happy and thrilled that you are part of this session. This is an opportunity for us to really tell you a little bit about who we are as a college and what it would feel like as a student coming in and being a part of this this college and what we do. We really are thrilled that you even are considering UCF. Certainly you have lots of options. We're very mindful of the fact that all of our students and all the individuals who are aspiring or inquiring about possibly attending the university certainly have lots of options all over the country. The fact that you chose and you're considering the University of Central Florida, and more specifically that you're choosing and considering the College of Business, we're thrilled that you're giving us an opportunity to really tell you why you should make that decision and make that commitment to be a part of our college. On behalf of Dean Paul Jarley, who has been with the university now well over 12 years, he's done a tremendous job in really moving the college forward and helping people to really understand the significance of what it means to be a 21st century College of Business. He has enacted and instituted a lot of things, all primarily around the theme and around the idea of engagement. He will talk about often, if you hear him, about the significance and the importance of having individuals to be present, to be physically here in our campus, on our campus and in our college. We have a myriad of activities and programming that we do throughout the school year that gives you a chance to come in, connect with the faculty, connect with our staff, connect with our outside partners. We do a lot of collaboration with companies and businesses all over the state of Florida, but in particular here in Central Florida. And so when you come and you become a part of the College of Business, we're really believing the importance of you being a part of a network and connecting and building relationships that are going to help you not only during your time as an undergraduate student, but going to propel you forward in terms of your career upon graduation. So we're really thrilled again for the opportunity to be able to share that with you. We have an august group of faculty here today, and we're thrilled to have them. I'm going to ask each of our faculty to introduce themselves and tell a little about who they are, what they teach, a little bit about their background and their research if they so desire. I'm going to start out with Dr. Amanda Main and ask her to give us a little brief introduction about who she is and her background.
Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Main. I am actually a UCF alum who decided it was so amazing I had to stay. So I've been with UCF in some capacity or another since 2012, and hopefully that doesn't age me too much. I'm the associate chair and a lecturer in the Department of Management. Primarily teach conflict and negotiation, which is an incredible class. So I hope that when you come, you will definitely be taking that with me. And my research focuses primarily on mistreatment in the workplace, like preventing it, not doing it. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dr. May. Now I would ask for Dr. Leslie Connell to give us a little bit of her background and tell us a little about herself.
Sure. Thank you very much. My name is Leslie Cannell, and I am the senior instructor in the College of Business in Integrated Business. And I'm also the lead faculty in for the course Integrated Business Foundations in the Integrated Business program. I started out my career as an accountant and realized rather quickly that I was not meant to be an accountant, which is one of the reasons I really push my students to do internships because I think that's something I missed out on. But I did a little redirection and spent some time focused on philosophy, and then realized that nobody really lives as a philosopher. You don't make much money doing that. So I redirected again, and I ended up teaching in the College of Business and have been here for longer than Amanda Main. But I love what I do, love, love, love it. And I can't imagine working with a better group of people or getting I wake up every day thinking what a great opportunity to work with the students that I get to work with in the College of Business, but especially in integrated business. So I'm excited to be here and share some of what we have to offer with you.
Thanks, Dr. Cannell. At this time, we'll have Dr. Ulick Anson, who's going to tell us a little bit about who he is and share a little bit about his background.
Yes, I'm Ulick Anson. I'm at the Department of Economics. I teach primarily macroeconomics with a focus on international and financial topics. I've been here since 2011. So my research is similar to my teaching. I work on global banks, more macro issues, international linkages between countries, economic linkages between countries. As Leslie, I also love my job, and I think I have the best job in the world. Yeah, so it's a great dynamic place, and we'll get to tell you a little more about that later, but I think this is enough for now.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. So at this point, what I'm going to do is to give you a little bit of a background about the university and kind of tell you about who we are as an institution. University of Central Florida has been around for about a little over 60 years. It's a fairly new or young institution, if you want to call it that. But we are certainly, our mission and our focus for many, many years, almost from the very existence of this institution, has been about access and providing opportunities for individuals to come in and acquire a post-secondary education that was going to help them not only and train them and help them to understand all the various facets of whatever chosen program or degree that they decide to pursue, but also to prepare them for life after graduation. And in the College of Business, we are a big proponent of post-graduation preparation. I, in particular, oversee Office of Professional Development, as was mentioned earlier. And our office is really charged with trying to connect students with all the different resources, but also help students to understand what it means to be not only learn and acquire the academic preparation that they need, but what it means to prepare themselves for life beyond graduation. We do a lot of career counseling, career development. We help our students to understand what it takes to build networks, relationship building. We do resume workshops and just a whole range of things that we do to really try to help students be prepared for the time when they finally should complete their degree. As a university, just this past year, the university embarked upon a process of developing a 5-year strategic plan. And that plan now has been put into place. It was adopted by the University Board of Trustees, President, and there are 5 real kind of tenets or pillars, if you would, of our strategic plan that we really focus on. First of all, we want to be a leading enterprise for innovative research. We want to be a best place to learn and to work. We want to be a #1 provider of talent for Central Florida, but also throughout the country, but specifically here in Central Florida. We want to be a campus without boundaries. And then lastly, we want to be a university with a high return on investment and engagement. So that means when you have spent the money to pursue your degree and acquire a degree, we would like to hopefully have you leave here be able to feel like you have acquired something that's going to be of great value for you for the remaining portion of your career. So that's kind of the foundation of what we are as an institution and what we're trying to do, where we're trying to go over the next 5 years. What I'm going to do now is be a part of facilitating a question and answer period. And we're going to talk about some key issues that we believe are important, and some key questions that we know that many students and their families have interest in and have concerns about. The first question I'm going to ask is going to be for each and every one of our faculty panelists that are here today. And the first question I will ask, again, to kind of go in the order, we'll continue to go in the order with Dr. Main, Dr. Connell, and Dr. Ulick. We're going to ask each of them to respond to the question that I'm about to ask. And feel free to, if you have things in specific that are germane to this particular question, but also you feel are relevant in a general sense, feel free to interject those things as well. So the first question for Dr. Main, if your child was entering the University of Central Florida College of Business as a new student, what advice as a faculty member would you give them to be successful?
So great question. But I have trouble with this because there would be no if about it. My child would be going to UCF. But I would tell them that there's about 2 million undergraduate degrees awarded every year in the United States. So just having that piece of paper is not enough to make you competitive. The good news is you're going to the best college to set you up for success. I mean, any opportunity that you could want to set yourself apart, we offer here. It's all available, the speaker series, the Office of Professional Development, all the various support departments, the faculty themselves, they're passionate about what they do. But you have to take the initiative, and you should want to, even when it's hard, even when you have senioritis, even when it's almost spring break, you have to push yourself to take the initiative, because not taking advantage of every opportunity that's offered to you here really just shortchanges yourself. So don't shortchange yourself. Education is the only thing that can never be taken away from you. You want to make sure it's a quality one, and that's what you're going to get here.
Awesome. Thank you for that response. Dr. Connell.
Yeah, so it's an exciting question. The prospect of starting at UCF, especially in the College of Business as a student, it sounds so exciting, but also daunting. I imagine what it must feel like, because as Amanda said, so many students get degrees in the, in total, but then you think about how many get degrees at UCF, and then you think about how big the college or the university is, how big our college is. And I think sometimes that seems overwhelming to some students. And what I have found is that our college does such a nice job of making it feel like we're not that big. So students don't feel like they get lost. But I would definitely tell my children to get involved. Don't wait for it to happen to you, kind of echoing what Amanda said, but don't be proactive in getting involved, whether that is, and the lovely thing about UCF and our college is there are so many different organizations that you can find a handful of different organizations that are doing the things you already like to do. So it's not that hard to find them. Even you could join the ballroom dancing club, you could join the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu club. There's so many different things, but that connection is what anchors you a bit to the community of UCF. And then once you have that, you're able to, I think, develop a little more comfort in your surroundings and then be more successful in the classroom. So I definitely encourage people to get involved early and often.
Excellent. Thank you. Dr. Eisen.
Yeah, so this is actually a question I have, I think about all the time, because I got kids who will be going to college in a couple of years. So I have three, I would have three advice. One is plan. So there's an undergraduate catalog. All the information you need is there. Check out all the programs, the courses that they offer. Try to make a plan and do this as early as possible. After that, then you can reach out to our excellent offices that we have in the college. You can talk to professors, but do your part, do your own research and make up your mind as early as possible, because as Dr. Johnson pointed out, the goal is to get you good jobs and develop that career early on. Second one is I would recommend taking difficult classes, or some of these classes you will have to take, some of them you can choose to take. The ones that are a choice, I would recommend that you take them. And if you have to take them, do a good job, because those are the technical skills that will really get you, separate you from everyone else, get you a really good job. And then the third one is, I think, Dr. Main and Leslie also pointed out, socialize, talk to your peers, talk to professors. This can lead to opportunities and, really influence your decisions. So those are the three main advice I would give my kids.
That's great. Those are great pieces of advice. Those 3 points are very good, and I would absolutely encourage and make sure that students and or their family to give a lot of thought to what you said in those 3 points. And each of you, the comments that you made were actually exemplary and right on target. The second question I have is the College of Business is passionate about in-person engagement. Why is this important in preparing students for internships and employment? Can you talk a little bit about that? Each of you would do that. It would be great. So Dr. Mann, we start out with you again.
All right, so I know that the online classes have their pros, right? Who doesn't want to be in their jammies all day? But it's really critical to actually be in the classroom and see other people for a few different reasons. I would say the first one is just networking. And I don't just mean networking with the speakers that are going to be brought in and the experts and the industry leaders that, constantly roam our hallways, but networking with each other too. When you're in the business community, you never know if the person sitting next to you in class is going to be the hiring manager where you want to work or control the products that you need to buy for your company. It's all about knowing people who you know and who they know and spreading out that network. And you don't get that unless you're there, you're talking to people, you're getting involved. The second is I found that most of the most impactful moments that I've had with students or that I've observed with students have just happened organically. They're not planned, they're not part of the curriculum. Something gets said that inspires a comment that makes someone think differently. And you want to be there for that. You want to have those moments and be present, otherwise you're missing out. And then the third is just, let's face it, you have to work with people once you get out there. And the only way to do that is to do it, to practice. And when you're practicing in a low stakes environment, you do it, you don't do it well, you get feedback, and then you adjust and you do it again and you get feedback and you watch yourself improve so that by the time you're out there, you've got this. There's no worries anymore.
That's great. I really appreciate that last comment in particular, Dr. Main. That's I often tell students and ask them to think about, when you're in at a university or college, this is a laboratory. This is the place to learn and to experiment and to test. And so to understand what it's like to be in a place where it's safe to have those kinds of interactions that may not necessarily be the greatest, but you learn from them. So the laboratory of the university is not just simply in the classroom. I often say it's the entire experience that you have at the university. So great. Dr. Canal.
Yeah, so I do think that engagement is critical to being successful, and that is something that is echoed throughout my integrated business department. We actually require attendance in the integrated business courses, and my experience is the first day explaining that to students, because I teach the foundations course, so that's the first one they come in with to our major, and they hear about the attendance policy, and there's generally like, oh, we have to come, and there's some grumblings. And by the second, third week of class, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And they enjoy being in class for all the reasons Amanda has explained, the organic conversations that come out of it, the individuals they meet and the connections that they make, even if it's not a team assignment or they're working with an assigned group of people, they meet other people too. So there's that opportunity, and developing those skills will make you more successful when you go to look for a job. And what I like to share and coach my students in is just being UCF College of Business will make you employable, definitely. But you don't want to just be employable. You want to be promotable. And that's something that you get from having dialogue with people and being able to interact with them. And that personal engagement is what allows our students that come out of the College of Business to be so successful at finding employment and getting promoted once they're there.
That's great. Thank you. I'm going to have to borrow that one, Dr. Cannell. Promotable. I have to integrate that as a part of my presentation. So thank you. I learned something myself tonight. And Dr. Eisen, if you were to chime in on that question as well.
Yeah, so my thoughts on social skills is really important because we live in an age where machines are replacing us, whether we like it or not, especially those jobs that are really standard. So this really puts social skills at a premium, and this is something that in the college that we really promote. And it's really important that you step out of your comfort zone and socialize, network, and I see students coming into I teach two types of classes. The first one is offered to more sophomore, junior level, and then I have a course that's senior and sophomore, and we have transfer students coming in. They don't talk to each other too much. And but the senior class, they're all socializing, and they're studying, they're forming study groups, they're finding out about internship opportunities, career opportunities. It's so much more, I don't know, it's different. The level is way different. So I would, again, I guess this is the theme: get to know your peers, talk to your professors, and you can do that at UCF. It's just something that we promote.
Very good. Thank you very much. Next question: what resources, departments, or offices do you recommend students find and take advantage of to help them in their studies outside of the classroom?
So first and foremost, your faculty. We are by far the most underutilized resource on campus. There is only so much that we can do within the bounds of a class period. There's only so much that we can say, but we actually do know more beyond that, and we want to share it. Every single person who gets into teaching does it because they have a passion. We want you to come talk to us. We want to share what we know with you. So come see us at office hours, seek out mentorship, ask us questions. You might be surprised at how not boring we are. I know, like, there's the traditional, patches on the elbows, but we're pretty cool. The second one would be get familiar with the library. I know everything is digital now, but the College of Business actually has the advantage of having their own dedicated librarian, and you would be amazed at how much she can do to help you. So get in there, meet them. The people at the library are amazing, helpful. The next one would be the Writing Center. One of the issues that I see with students incoming is writing skills. And you can have the best ideas in the world, and if you can't communicate them well, they're not going to get noticed. So when we're sticklers about your grammar and your punctuation and your spelling, it's not because we have nothing better to do. We want to see you be successful and promote yourself well. The Writing Center is this resource that will help you for free. They'll work on your essays with you and help you format them. The last, it's kind of a group of them, but you have to think about your well-being. So think about, we have a health center that provides, it's almost like a miniature hospital on campus. We have the CAPS, which is for mental health issues. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, there's people there to help you. And we have an amazing rec center on campus, complete with its own rock climbing wall, every machine you could possibly want. I don't understand how to use half of them. training, group exercise classes, but make sure you're not just thinking about the studies, because if you're not taking care, if you're not taking care of your well-being, you're not going to be at your best for your studies. So they have to go hand in hand.
So the offices, I think I agree completely with all the ones Amanda mentioned, starting with faculty. I think all faculty have dedicated office hours, and I usually tell my students I'm sitting there lonely most of the time because they don't come. And that was the one beautiful thing that came out of Zoom is students were much more likely to drop into Zoom office hours than to show up for live office hours. So I still have in-person office hours, but I do have a Zoom link just in case someone can't show up. But I think that's the first thing is at least become comfortable with your faculty, because it's too late if you wait till the end of a semester and then you try to develop some connection and say I need help, because that's past the point of return probably. But early on, that's a great time to get to know your faculty, and then get really comfortable with SARC, Student Academic Resource Center. SARC, because UCF is so incredibly big, we have so many resources that you may not know what is available. And that's a great first stop to find out about tutoring and what they might be able to provide. They also can connect you with other resources if you may need other resources that you didn't even know you needed till you talk to them. So it's a really nice place to go if you're feeling a little uncomfortable with your performance, or if you just want to get a head start on avoiding problems. It's good to get comfortable with where they are, what they can do, what you can do digitally. They can even just help you study or give you study aids, and they have a ton of information online on their website. So you don't have to go find them physically, but I do think that's usually one of the first things I would recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I echo everything as well. The only thing I would add, a couple of things I would add is the OPD is very, very important in my opinion. They know, they have excellent staff that know everything. And I would, if I was a student, I would stop in every now and again just to make sure I'm on track. I'm going to graduate. I'm filling the requirements. So this is a really important resource for me. And then the second one is to attend these career internship fairs. And some of the seminars or the speakers, listen to the speakers in the college when they present at the exchange. This is an excellent opportunity to see what the industry is like, and so those are what I have.
Oh, can I add something to mine? I just thought about it. Thank you for reminding me. Talking about going to the job fairs or opportunities, the College of Business every semester, I think, has the internship invitational, which is just for our own College of Business students. And every time I have students tell me they go, then they get an internship, they get an interview, and sometimes they even get a job full-time, after college. I've got a job lined up. So it's a really good opportunity because it's on a smaller scale than the giant UCF job fairs, which are also fabulous. But it's nice to, the college does a good job of screening companies so that they come with only real positions to offer. So that's another place to encourage our students to go when they get to our colleges, to make sure they attend those opportunities at the internship invitationals.
Thanks, Dr. Canal. That was a nice plug. We appreciate that. The Invitational is a awesome activity and event that we do twice a year. It's one of the unique features of our college that we do our own mini career fair, if you want to call it that. And it's by invitation only. Not only we only invite certain companies that are truly hiring, and we invite students who have done the things that are necessary to prepare themselves to make a good presentation during the session. So thank you for that plug. Appreciate that. And we're having one in September. So if you start here in this fall, you potentially could be a part of that. So I'm going to ask one last question of our panelists. And I actually would ask them to kind of share their perspective and kind of chime in on this question. When you think about one final piece of advice that comes to your mind in terms of incoming College of Business student, What is that one thing that you say, if nothing else, if you don't take anything else away from this session, hopefully you will take this away. So let's start out again with Dr. Main and go through in the same order as we have done before.
Okay, way to throw a surprise question in there. I was not prepared for this on the quiz. So mine would be that life begins outside of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a nice place to be, but growth doesn't happen there. And to give you an idea of what I mean by that, I kind of have to share my perspective of what I teach. I teach conflict and negotiation, and those are subjects that tend to be a little intimidating for most students coming in already. And then on the very first day, they have an assignment called show and tell. Show and tell turns out to be you have to go out your first week in the class and negotiate for something that is not normally negotiable. And I read the papers semester after semester, and they go like this. When I saw the word show and tell, I thought, ooh, this is going to be fun. And then I read the directions and I thought, I'm going to drop this class. And then I remembered I have to take it to graduate. So I went out and did it. And oh my goodness, I was so successful. So we kind of encourage you to get outside of that comfort zone and really see what it is that you're capable of, because you won't find it staying where you're familiar. So push yourself.
Okay, so the one piece of advice, and it kind of connects everything we've been talking about a little bit, or repeats it. I think it's in college, or especially while you're in our college, your job is to find the intersection of what you love to do, what you're good at doing, and what someone's going to pay you to do, because we are the College of Business. So we want you to find that intersection. And when you first come to the college, some people know right away what they want to do, and they just are trying to put the pieces together and develop the skill sets that they'll need to be able to accomplish that. But most of my students don't seem to know exactly where they're going to go, and a business degree is very broad. So you have lots of opportunity. So many different directions you could take. I would say spend the time and the work, invest the time and the work to figure out what it is you love to do and you're good at doing, and pay attention to those things. And you figure that out by getting to know the faculty and talking to them about what they see as your strengths, as well as identifying your own strengths as you go through classes. And then also talking, like we said, to OPD and to potential employers that come, and at the exchange to find out what it is what employers are out there and what connection between what you're good at doing and what they're offering, the payment part, you can find. And I think that will make people successful if they can find that intersection of what they love to do, what they're good at doing, and what people will pay them to do.
I would recommend pick up those technical skills and the quant, stats, math. We worry about GPA a lot. GPA matters, but sometimes you have to, learn that coding, learn that stat skills, and not worry too much about your GPA while you can. Because once you graduate and you enter life, you enter the industry, it becomes much harder to do that. And this is your opportunity to do it. You have 4 years, and I would really, that would be my single piece of advice. Just challenge yourself, like Amanda said, and pick those skills up.
Thank you so much, each of you, for your final comments and thoughts. Before I close out the session, I'm going to ask our interim director of the Office of Financial Assistance, her name is Dr. Karima Mansell, to just briefly share a little bit of information about the financial aid. That's a critical part often of your decision-making process in terms of choosing a college or a university. And we do an outstanding job here of supporting our students. I talked earlier about really a big part of our mission has been access throughout the history of this institution. And so I thought it would be important and valuable to have Dr. Mansell to briefly share, in her own words, and as she feels so inclined to do so, talk a little bit about financial assistance and how we can help you if you're at that decision point to help you make that final decision about choosing the University of Central Florida. So this time, Dr. Mansell.
Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson. So what I would share with students is we recognize that financial aid can be a complicated and complex process. So I always like to start with that as a baseline, and that sometimes it's intimidating to actually navigate that process. However, we do have representatives here in the Office of Student Financial Assistance to help students with navigating the financial aid process. We also have a plethora of information available on our financial aid website, which includes information on the type of awards that we process in the Office of Student Financial Assistance, information on our processes and procedures, how students can learn about how they meet the renewal requirements for specific awards in their financial aid package, as well as learning more information about the requirements to receive specific awards in your financial aid package. We have a tool that is grossly underused, but I find it to be one of the best tools we have on our website. It is called the Program Eligibility Chart. The Program Eligibility Chart allows students to look at their financial aid package and then compare it to the programs listed on that Program Eligibility Chart to find out if full-time enrollment is required, if that particular program allows for transient coursework. And so you can know exactly what you need to do to maintain the eligibility for the awards that you have in your financial aid package. Another tip that I would give students is ensure that you're monitoring your UCF email. UCF email is the way that the university officially communicates with students. So it's really important that students take abreast of the information that we're providing. Anything that we need a student to do to continue the processing of their financial aid will be sent by way of email. Additionally, we have a tool in our MyUCF portal. It's referred to as the to-do list. So in addition to sending emails, we place items on a student's to-do list. Those items pertaining to financial aid, we encourage students to get that information into our office as soon as possible. As you all know, UCF is a large institution. So when everyone turns in their document the Friday before school starts, we have a bottleneck. So that's not what we want to happen. We want to give you ample time to turn in your documentation so we can go ahead and get it processed in advance of the beginning of the semester. We do ask that all students submit documentation to our office no later than 60 days before classes beginning. That doesn't mean that if you miss that priority date that we don't want you to submit it. Again, we're just trying to ensure that we're processing your documents in time for the earliest disbursement possible. And I would just also, we shared a lot tonight, and the faculty were great in sharing various academic experiences, but I also want to recognize for some of our students, coming to college is the first time that you'll be managing your own finances. And that is a feat in and of itself. And so we do have a comprehensive financial literacy program, a financial wellness program here at the university. It's called Sensible Nights. You can find the Sensible Nights website from the financial aid website, and it provides students with resources and tools to navigate financial wellness. And that's what I would share, Dr. Johnson.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mansell. Excellent information. I think that's a real good way to kind of close out this webinar for today. This is, again, as I said, for a lot of students, a lot of families, how to pay for this is a key part of making a decision about the institution that you choose. So thank you, Dr. Mansell. Thank you, Dr. Main. Thank you, Dr. Connell, and thank you, Dr. Eisen. We really appreciate each of you being here, the contributions that you made, the information that you shared. I know that students and their families, if they watch this session, they will find that it was very insightful, very useful for them. So thank you to everyone. Take care. Have a great evening. And hopefully for those of you that are students, we look forward to seeing you in August. Have a great day. Bye now.